Hey!
Whoa!
Whoa! There we are. Hi. Welcome to teamfortress.tv. We made it, Bren. We made it after all this time. This is DreamHack Winter 2016 Battle for the North, Brennan. Anyway, we're live from the Elmia Arena, from the Expo area in Jönköping. I actually said it right this time. Last two completely wrong. Jönköping in Sweden. Feels good.
It does feel good. Feels very, very good. We got the teams ready. Team sat down.
Yeah.
Setting up.
Before we get to the teams, I just want to quickly introduce us, Bren, because we're going to be their guys
Yeah,
for the
go
evening.
ahead.
So I'm Turbo Tabs. I do a bit of pulling strings here and there in the EU background, but here we've got your hype man, your caster of the season. It's Brennan.
I'm that guy. Brennan Hook, character from Game of Thrones. Follow me at Brencast. But I think everyone here already is. So.
Yeah. So because we've had such a delay, Bren, we're just literally going to power through this as quickly as possible. So you know who we are. You know what's going on. We're just going to have a quick little tournament where it's just the battle of the 4 Scandinavian countries to decide who is the best at TF2.
Yep.
And those 4 Scandinavian countries are...
It's going to be Norway.
It's going to be Norway.
That wins it.
I think we actually... Yes. Norway's going... Well, we'll see.
You think I'm joking?
The tournament will decide, okay? We can't say that.
Yeah.
So
no, I think
we have actually got a nice little graphic with all the players. They took lovely little pictures as well. Let's get Norway up there. Whew.
You see Henny there on the left.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be me.
He's snuck in there, yes. Kind of spoiled the surprise, but...
There's no surprise.
Well, you've always spoiled things, but anyway,
Everyone knows I'm a sick gamer.
They are missing a medic, so what they've done is that they've subbed in Traitor to the medic role, and you're going to be playing Demo Man for Norway in this round robin.
I am. Yeah, that's correct.
Jesus.
I am going to be playing Demo Man for Norway. I'm pretty sure we're going to smash it. We've got some good team chemistry. I don't speak Norwegian.
Oh, God, I didn't even think of that.
I've been working on it. I don't think they speak English very well either.
Oh, you're just going to have to, like...
So,
I'm sure they just bark simple 2-word.
But, like, look at these guys. Can we talk a little bit about their jaw lines? I want to home in on that a little bit. They got some beautiful jaw lines kicking off. And I think once I fill in this roster, we're going to have an exquisite-looking bunch of gamers.
Yeah, gorgeous gamers, but are you going to be qualified gamers is the real question.
Yeah.
Quick scout, just quick roster rundown.
Yeah.
Trevor on scout. We've also got a scout partner, Fizzy. Demo Man trait. Well, Demo Man is actually going to be you, Bren.
It is going to be me.
And the medic will be Traitor, filling in for Kruzik, who's just gone missing. Pocket Fish Yard and Roma Piggy. So,
Squad, turn it up.
All right, let's again power through. That is the theme right now. We'll go over to our next roster, and you know what? I'm gonna have production pick me the roster. They can just throw me up anything, production. You know what? I'm ready. Sweden. You know this team. This is the team full of the Prem players, Bren.
They've even got their real-life names on a few of them. That just shows how professional they are. They've even got Corsair T-shirts as well.
Yeah,
sponsorships.
We've armed them with all the T-shirts. I wish we could arm them with the sponsorships, but it's just lovely little samey sort of T-shirts to just keep them nice and good looking. So we've got Vanny on Pocket, Onkaya on Medic, Smear on Demo Man, Sjoberg on Scout. His Scout buddy will be Herpy.
But the lighting's brilliant in these photos.
And we've also got Ali on Aroma. I know, it looks absolutely great.
They've actually done a really good job.
Now, I wish I could say the same about our next...
Is it the next one?
The next one will be Denmark. Denmark, brace yourself for this picture. Okay, all right. I know what you're thinking, stream out there. You're like, oh, good God, this is dreadful. I'm going to close this stream right now. Wait, let me explain. Now, Denmark, as always, they're the fashionably late sort of people out there. They turn up at the very last second. And the only people we had on hand to take the picture with was Potato, Dr. Phil, and Zen. And
late gamers, lad.
What I actually had to do was take this picture from my phone. Look at it. You can count the pixels.
Yes, you can.
So I had to throw something up there. Otherwise, it would be TF2 characters. So anyway, the roster rundown is F2 on Medic, Hellberg on Scout, which are here, by the way. I saw them past, you know, and it took all my seething rage to make sure I didn't, you know, jump out them and strangle them. But and we also got Demo is Dr. Phil, Zen on Roma, Scouts will be Potato, and I've already mentioned Hellberg, and the Pocket Soldier will unbelievably be Flash.
I think that's mainly just because Falash has the most experience, isn't it? And they want him in that main calling role.
Yeah.
So that's understandable.
Anyway, again, moving on. Last, but certainly not least, it's Team Finland. Look at that picture. They're all like male models,
yeah,
aren't
just
they?
like smiling off at the side. Why is he not staring at the camera?
Because it makes him, you know, just he just looks like a fun person to hang around with. Meanwhile, Pascari is just like looking off in the distance, mysterious fellow. I feel like he's going to turn up at this LAN, but rounding out the rest of that roster, we've actually got, it's either Muir or AMS on Pocket, we are not sure. It is literally probably, I'm sure they just roll the dice, flip the coin to decide who gets to play those two roles. We also have Settler on Demoman, Hems on Scout. His Scout buddy will be Pascali, and the medic will be Snape. Yes, that is everybody.
That's it. The ragtag team reigning from the high north of the Finnish tundra, as it says in the biography section of this page.
I guarantee you 5 people have read that.
Me included. Well, now they all know.
Yep. Okay, so there you go. That wasn't so hard. We got through the teams pretty quickly. I'm just going to go through all these last little tidbits. I'm going to pretend like you've never seen a TF2 tournament before.
I haven't.
The format is... Okay, we need to start the game right now, being told. Throw that all out of the window. We're going straight into it. Our first game of the evening is going to be Team Sweden versus Team Finland. The map is going to be Granary. Let's head straight into the game.
Anytime
Transition. No. Okay. There we go. Woo! Seamless. Seamless. And have they actually... Yes, this is just the warm-up now. And they are starting. That couldn't have gone any more fluid if we tried, Brent.
I think we're doing all right, considering that CSGO ate most of the time up.
Yeah, CSGO, they're like, they just consume time. They just adore the camera.
But here we are, diving straight into it. Sweden versus Finland, map number 1 of the round robin group stages. We are in Jönköping, of course. And the rollout begins.
All right, the first thing I'm going to be watching on this mid is Settler. Settler does a very impressive amount of damage usually on these mids, so Finland will be looking towards him to kind of win out this initial mid fight.
Smear's so weak, he's had to drop down. He's going to get an arrow from Ankaya now, and they're going to be initiating in. Good rockets coming out from them now. Murye also moving into the fray. Smear in a bit of trouble, having disconnected from his team in the end. And it looks like this is slowly but surely going the way of Team Finland, or is it? Have I spoke too soon? Vanni going to be moving forward a little bit. Look at these kills, just rolling in. Ankaya, last man standing, has to try and run and escape with his little life. And he is hopefully going to get out. I mean, everyone is hot on his heels. I think the team is going to be respawning. No, actually, no, 10-second respawns.
Ankaya, he's a genius. Oh, no, he figured it out. Eventually, he's going for the... He's whiffing all of his shots. Oh, poor Hems. He can't get him.
Cleans up anyway.
Oh, that was close. But... not close enough.
That's just going to be a roll now. So Finland are going to be moving in straight away. Ubercharge going to be popped off, seeing what they can get done with it. Stickies, not many on the point yet. Settler cleaning up the sticky, the sentry gun, I should say, as well as Sjoberg moving in. Ali doing his best to try and deny them off to the point. And there we have it. Smear, even with the 2K, still one round going to be going to Finland.
Brent, I just wanted to let you know, like, this is the perfect map for Finland, in my opinion. It feels like, looking at the Finland roster, they're equipped to like powerhouse some of these middles, and no greater help that happens than having a powerhouse middle on Granary. You can just roll the map from the rest of the way, and you've got that 1-0 up. That is like the easiest step first for Granary map. From there, you can just completely stall out the game if they want to.
Oh, here we are, round number 2 now. Map number 1, Granary. I'm going to see if the Swedes manage to turn it around a little bit. Settler was putting in some decent damage on the first mid-fight. He's already getting there a lot earlier than Smear, setting up those early stickies, trying to deny them off. Let's see which way they approach it. Looks like Ali's going to be going from the flank as well, trying to get the drop onto Settler. In fact, he's picked him up with no problems whatsoever now. They're still trying to move away across the point. Finland making their move. Ali finds another one onto Ams. Murye does find Sjoberg, however. And can they pick up any more of these players? The Rocket's going to be hit off here. Snap in a lot of trouble. He's so weak, and there we are. The kills coming in. Flying in for Sweden as they do manage to win the first midpoint of the game. Hem's going to be trying to take that 1v1. Or should I say 1v3, but not going to be working out for them. There's going to be that midpoint 1. And Kaya didn't die as well, so this is very important stuff. Theoretically, assuming everything goes well, they should be able to just roll deep all the way in and have the Ubercharge advantage.
That mid was all about Ali there, Bren. He just completely took over that map and got loads of damage, a load of kills as well. A bit rare for a Roma to do. And I wasn't quite impressed with his counterpart over on the other team, Muya. He didn't really fully commit in, and I think if he just went in, sacrificed his life, he could have done a lot more damage. Anyway, the pin push back to last now, and they've already set up with their last.
This is so troubling for them. They're going to be going for this upper area with the Ubercharge. They need to try and bring down Murray as well as the Sentry Gun. They're going to start playing the point as well. Puscari and Ams finding 2 kills apiece, dropping these players, and the Ubercharge Smear going to be falling as well, and it's a successful defense now for Finland. They managed to hold on, and that's just the power of these off classes as well coming into effect. They didn't even bring the Sentry Gun. I think that's partly down to its unusual placement.
Yeah, that Sentry Gun did a tremendous amount of work there. Usually you should never see a Sentry Gun take out a player because once you've Ubered in, you kind of caught wind of where it's going to be, but a scout still died to that. That was an easy pick, and that engineer could have just rotated out if it really got hairy, so good defense by Finland.
Absolutely. Now they're going to start to roll out. They picked up 1 kill onto Vanny as well, so that is an opening for them to abuse now as they are making their move onto the midpoint, seeing what they can get done, checking for stickies. It has been cleared. Ali going for the high bomb in, trying to get that early damage in to try and delay this push as much as possible. He might get caught out of position here, having to drop to the low ground. Murray is going to be the one to bring him down in the end, and it should be, look at that, no contestation from Sweden whatsoever. Finland going to be able to recap up this mid, and they do not want to stop this train going whatsoever. Ali being missing from their roster, going to be going in with the Ubercharge now into the yard area. Can they pick up any more players? Maybe a bit of an early pop, maybe a bit unnecessary, I want to say, because now the Ubercharge has just faded, and this could be prime time for Sweden to start rolling in, as Vanny has found one of the picks onto Settler, so that's going to be their demo man missing for Team Finland. Are they going to be able to contest this? Hems does get the counter frag onto Sjoberg, so, I mean, Hems is respawning very shortly, but the trouble is, incredibly back and forth gameplay kicking off right now.
Yeah, it was maybe a little bit rushed, but I think they were worried about losing a Settler there. And
Ams! He gets the force, unreal onto Onkaya in the back.
He's still like, oh no, he does die eventually, but you know, he's done his job. That's the role of the roaming soldier. Just get that Ubercharge out, get these exchange going. There's like a trade that any roamer will take any day.
Now they're moving in the yard area right now. They don't have the Ubercharge to work with. We're going to see what they can get done with it. Hems does find Vanny. The move in. Ali into the back. He's found Snap. That's going to be no medic for Finland now. Hems on the counter attack. He does find another kill straight up onto Ali. 2 picks going away. Are they still going to play this without a medic? They're going for it. They want to go for Onkaya's life. Onkaya playing very defensively. Sweden doing a brilliant job of trying to knock them back, but look at that. 1 shot from Puscari, and he finds the kill onto Smear. A second one onto Sjoberg. Absolutely beautiful stuff from the scout. And now Sweden still looking to contest this from the garage area. They do have the heals. It's a smart play. They play around it correctly. Ams has got it on lockdown though, on those containers. Vanny now moving forward, seeing what they can get done. Ali's also moving in. Beefing his jumps a little bit there, but they do find the kill onto Murray. Can they get any more? Still searching for them. Onkaya.
Oh, Puscari's behind.
Moving in. Puscari picks up 1. Can he get the second one? Onkaya dodging and juking, but they do finally save him in the end.
That was too close for comfort, Bren. It was a good thing that Onkaya had the fancy footwork to avoid the majority of those Puscari shots, but they should have spotted him away a little bit earlier there. And with the threat of the Ubercharge, they can just gain so much free ground because Finland do not want to get Ubered upon.
Well, trying to make their way in through the lunchbox area right now as they are actually getting a complete drop on them. The Ubercharge going to get popped off by Sweden here. See what else they can get done. Vanny does find Settler. Can they get any more? Sjoberg moving forward with the Ubercharge. Just about fading, in fact. Murray in the back still.
Uber, 10%. He wants to get this Ubercharge built and ready. He wants to take the fight to actually Onkaya. Wow, I thought they would have actually taken that aggressive fight there. I mean, they only lost Settler and they had a chance. They even got a sightline onto Onkaya.
They're going to make the play now though, because Settler's only just respawned. The Ubercharge has been popped off here. Ams leading it forward, but he just gets dropped in the cert. Unbelievable stuff. Finland still trying to contest this as much as they possibly can with the Ubercharge. They are going to get the cap onto the second, but now they got the second yard area to contest with. The stick is already set up. Sjoberg might be in a bit of trouble here. Puscari taking a 1v1 against him, but he's backed off in the nick of time.
Yeah, they were just, I don't know what, I think he wanted to just save AMS there, but AMS doing AMS things. He's jumping well into the fight. Snake really has to get on this same wavelength there. He needs to get there just a bit earlier if he wants to catch AMS in these Ubers.
Still, Finland on the back foot a little bit here. Score still being 1 round advantage to them. They are in a more favourable position.
I mean, they can still turn this around here. They have got them pushed onto their second point.
Sweden are moving around. They've already infiltrated in through the lunchbox area. I think Finland can't really contest. Is not in a position to. Settler trying to get those pills spammed to try and delay them as much as possible. But Kai wants to move in with the Ubercharge anyway. Taking charge, taking the lead with it. Vanny with the shotgun plays, brings down Settler, but it's going to be the counter pop now by Team Finland as they're seeing what they can get done. Look at these players, they're trying to clean them up. Vanny is going to go down. Hems picks up Herpy as well, so ultimately it is going to be a successful
following the fight through. He not only did he take out 1 player, he took out Smear as well, and he even got the followed up Onkaya kill as well. So that was very well played coming out from Hems and the rest of Finland there. It looked like it was coming down to the wire. Everyone was so low, but they just managed to find the cleanup kills before they got out.
Impressive stuff by Finland. Still going to be capping up this midpoint now. Sweden holding into the yard area.
Let's see what they're doing over on Sweden. It looks like they're just building the Uber, trying to claw back that disadvantage that they're at, but I think it's going to stick at roughly that 60%, and they could play off this over on Finland. They're already in this left-hand side yard for 3, and they're giving them the death stare, kind of provoking them to push back out, and now from here it's easy pickings for Finland to decide which door they want to push from. They actually, quick Uber, quick reactions coming out from Snape there. That was forced out by the sniper hiding in the forward resupply. Someone should have kept a tab on that there, but you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
It's going to mean the cap for Finland now, but Sweden in an optimal position to try and get the retake going. Ali still holding up in the upper areas, dropped down now, but still Sweden trying to contest this now as they are moving in. They do have the Uber charge in a few more seconds. Smear trying to lead the charge here, putting in as early stickies. They're trying to really bait them into an unfavorable situation here in the yard area, in the lunchbox I should say. They are trying to hold it down to the best of their abilities, but Sweden are capping out with almost no contention here. Finland having to back off into the yard area. Uber charge got popped off there. Ankaya, being forced into a position there where he had to use the Uber charge to survive. Pretty much unfavorable for them now, as look at that, Finland's advantage is creeping up. They have 80% already.
I mean, on the bright side, they could possibly get the force out quite easily around this yard area and not actually gain an objective from it. They just need to keep AMS under control. But look, see, they don't want to dedicate themselves too hard, so they do back off their plays instead of trying to go for a very greedy Roma jump there. So I support this play from Sweden so far.
Still, it's a one-round advantage to Finland as it stands. They're trying to basically get this point for free. He's got the stickies laid down, so they can't really contest the point at all. Look at that, Sweden already backing all the way off onto last. Coburg going to be switching as well, so they do have a Pyro as well as Herpy on the heavy. Finland going to be moving in now with the Uber charge. They popped it off. Can they lead it in? Smear with the stickies brings down Settler. Beautiful stuff already. Finland losing a player, but it's too late. They just walk onto the point and there's no contention there from Sweden, making it 2-all.
They spent such a long time trying to kite them to avoid the brunt of that Uber that they had nobody to really deal with the point. It kind of helped that Settler went down so early there because he got rid of the stickies and allowed his team to cap.
Absolutely. We're going to be moving into now round number 3. See if Sweden can turn it around. They showed some moments of life there for a few seconds, pushing Finland all the way back to the last. Unfortunately, were faulted by the heavy and engineer off classes, which have become a lot stronger because of the recent changes to the items whitelist. But we're going to be moving into the mid-fight now. Settler once again opting for the same rollout. Going to be sticking off the health pack now, waiting for the drop down, but he's going to detonate stickies it pretty early on. Right now, both teams exchanging spam. Schoberg eating it. Murray moving in for the kill onto Onkaya. Has to bounce back. Trying to go for the kills here. Ali also moving forward, but it looks like Finland already picking up 2 of these players. Schoberg and Herpy falling. Ali going for the last-ditch play onto Settler. Not going to be working out. 3 players down for Sweden. Onkaya did get out alive, so they are going to have this Uber charge to work with. But it is going to be a midpoint 1 to Finland once again, and it looks like they are just steamrolling this lead forward.
That goes to show just how delicate these mid-fights are, Bren. They, I mean, at the start that Jobo took a pipe and that completely ruined the healing order.
They got the force out.
Oh, wow. Incredible play coming out from Piscari here. They're trying to pick up the pieces, what's left of this bad Uber, but they can't even manage to get in to fight off into Snape and get his Uber popped off. And it doesn't look like he has a reason to. He's going to hold on to it. They do give up a bit of ground to regroup, get those players back and respawned over on AMS and Piscari.
Trouble is right now, Snap, he has the Uber charge. Herpy does go down to a pill from Settler there, but right now, Finland, they're in prime time to push. This is literally it. They've got the Uber charge and they're just waiting for Piscari, the last player, to start respawning. The sticky trap from Smear does find Settler as they are trying to push in, but that's not going to fault them just yet. They might get an early pop-off just yet. Both soldiers trying to leap into the fray. The Uber charge is going to get popped off to try and keep everyone alive. Snap flashing it off to absolutely everyone. And look at this kiting by Sweden. They don't want to play this whatsoever. Hems moving in for the kill onto Onkaya, not going to be able to find it.
Man, Settler, that was not the play. You need to be alive because you're a massive pushing force for your team in these Ubers. And when he died, it made it very difficult to lock down these doors, and they just had to pop a feel-good Uber to really get the objective done there. But in the end, it's still tied back to the Sweden team.
Sweden's time to counteract now. Working their way in, see what they can get done. Murray onto the flank, he's leaped into the fray, but Sjöberg is going to find the kill anyway. So they're really not getting much out of this now. Sweden moving forward, Finland having to back off. They've already lost Ams, already lost Murray. The cap is going to go their way, but it seems like this is incredibly back and forth. Still a 2-round lead to Finland in the blue. Let's see if Sweden managed to bring it back.
So they still have plenty of time though, Brent. They've got 17 minutes left on the clock, and in internet land, that is a long time, I assure you. So they're just making their way into this yard for free. Again, they've got that overcharge to possibly
They've got a free kill there. But Sedler finds Sjöberg. They're going to be moving in anyway. And Kaya still trying to force out this Ubercharge. It's going to be an even Ubercharge exchange that we're seeing on this second point. Seeing what they can get done with it. Moving forward. Snap still the much superior Ubercharge. Going to be fighting them off. Herpy does find Ams, and there's already 2 kills on either side right now. So it's a 4v4 situation. Seeing what they can get done. Finland still trying to contest this. Sweden moving in. They are picking up a few kills here and there. Puskari down for now for 18 seconds. Still trying to hold on to last. I think right now Sweden can just bide their time, wait for Vanni to respawn. Maybe even go in with the heals. They do have a slight Uber advantage as well to work off.
I feel like I'm picking on him at this point, but again, Settler needs to be a little bit more preservative about his life. He died. It was the first one to die there, and that's almost unheard of when it comes to these sort of defenses. And once he died, it made it very difficult for them to hold on second. And not everybody was on the same wavelength for everyone Finland. Some people wanted to stay in, some people wanted to stay out. They caused some bleeding players, and there we go, a last second.
Ali moving in forward. Snap takes a lot of damage in that upper area right there. Herpy going for the kill on him there, but Murray does try and find him. Already they've dropped a lot of players here. 2 players down now for Sweden. Finland, they do have the option for a repush if they want, but they'd be pushing into Ubercharge. It's not the greatest situation to be working around, and I think they'd rather play it safe, hang on to these off classes now, see what else they can get done.
So they're going with the tried and true Puskari sentry gun. This time he's moving slightly behind the crate, so just to keep him guessing. But the defenses so far for Finland on this last point at the very least has been incredible. So I don't see them dropping it anytime soon. It's very nice to see that the teams looks like they've been running through some strategies before this tournament come up. It just goes to show you that the teams aren't just winging it today.
I mean, all of these players, in one way or another, they do play with each other all the time with pubs and the pugs, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, so, TF2s, they know everything like the back of the hand.
It's quite close, isn't it?
Again, you've got to agree on things, though. I mean, what happens if everybody wants to play the heavy weapons guy or something?
Doesn't work.
Well, they're poking and prodding. They've got Herpy on Spy, so it's up to him, but they've got Hems on the Pyro. He's actually Spy.
Herpy's, he's infiltrated his way in. Do they realise this?
They're shooting random areas, they're checking the corners, and I feel like maybe I shouldn't be pointing out too much, because they could probably hear me, Bren. So maybe I need to start going classic LAN style and just start saying, you know, just lie basically to the audience, just so the players don't know either.
He is getting some good information though, so they do know what the setup is for Sweden.
He's never going to get this kill. He's going to have to go for a sting play, I think, if he's going to do this. I know oh, he's doing it. He's actually uncloaked in front of the medic, and he had his knife out. Didn't have a chance to even go for that ambassador headshot. So with him down, he's going to have to come back as something else.
There's a hard play to do when the team knows that there is a spy about.
Yeah. It doesn't help that we're probably shouting it. We're so excited, like, oh, it's a spy! And then they probably may hear us. But who knows? We'll try and keep it quiet about it as the latest class change, but I'm sure we can. Our camera guy will keep a close eye on what has just happened.
Still Finland holding on to this last point with this 2-round lead still. Sweden just trying to find this opening. They haven't been given much, if anything at all. Still the sentry gun placement by Finland on last, as well as a heavy off class. So it is really, really difficult. They look like they want to try and make an attempt in through this left-hand side. It's going to be difficult to do. They do have Ubercharge. I think they want to try and take an equal Uber exchange if they possibly can, but it's so unfavourable. They're spamming out the sentry gun now, but the rescue ranger going to be putting in that work. Ali falls. Herpy finds a headshot to Hems. This could be the trades that they were looking for right now. Still the sentry gun is alive.
Yeah, they lost Ali though, so I don't think they'll push off this. The scout is just a scout at the end of the day, and he'll come back. He'll get into the fight quickly and can respond after his respawn, while Ali has to still take a healthy amount of a trip to get back into the fight.
Finland still holding on to last. The old crown style.
Herpy is going for the big ball play, just darting his way out of the...
They're moving in with the Ubercharge anyway. It's going to be an equal exchange here in the second point. See what they can get done. Ams does find 2 kills onto Team Sweden, but it's a much superior Ubercharge now as he is going to fall.
Wow, he actually got a kill onto Sjöberg. He was like thrown in the thick of it there. They weren't even aware that he was thrown in there. And Yeah, they've finally brought the reinforcements in the shape of Muya on the heavy weapons guy. Vanny's still trying to hold on to this by himself. He gets another settler pick. I can't believe they didn't finish off that second point capture there, Bren.
That is quite odd. The respawners have come in for Sweden anyway. They might try and repush off this with this heal and player advantage. Still, players going down. Snap going to be falling to Vanny, moving in. The point's being played, but nobody's contested this. Finally, Am's going to be moving on to the point. I want the spy. Tries to get a back stab, but it's not going to be paying off. And one round goes onto the board for Team Sweden.
Vanny, if you're watching this back, I noticed that was a wonderful air shot. Oh my! I didn't really pay attention too much to the final part of that fight, Bren. I just kind of
got a bit excited.
Yeah. We'll switch roles now. You can hype up the next air shot, and I'll actually take things seriously.
Still 2-1 to Sweden in blue, to Finland I should say in blue. They're going to be going into mid-fight number 4 now.
So
once again, both teams just rolling out.
Smear's been really catching flack for most of these mids. I don't think he's performing just quite as well as Settler, and Settler, I feel like he does a lot of control on these mid. He's not rolled out in his usual place, probably trying to keep it fresh. Smear is just trying to lay some damage into the enemy teams, even make some opportunities for them. AMS will get the first blood though. He's taken out the Roma, so that's probably going to be
moving on to
bit
Snap.
of safety.
Moving on to Snap. Vanny! How does he get that kill? He got surfed around the corner, somehow finding the medic. Onkaya did fall as well, but both medics falling now. AMS going for the kill still. Smear, last man standing, is against Hems and Murye, so it's a bit of a sticky situation for him to try and work his way out of it. Murye with the rockets.
Stylish.
Cleaning him up.
Just catches him as he tried to drop down onto the health pack there, but AMS, I think, was a tide turner. I think once he took out the enemy Roma himself, it opened up the opportunity and granted a little safety to the Finns as well, because they don't have to worry about that huge flanking bomb, and we have been noticing Ali on these mids as of late.
Ali is a very competent soldier as well.
Yeah,
like, that's what most people don't really realise.
It translates.
Yeah, it does. It really does. He's actually really sick at jumping on soldier. But it looks like Finland going to be moving in anyway. Ali goes for the denial play onto Settler, not getting much damage off. He finally does find the kill. Still the counter plays by Finland as they are trying to move in onto the back on Kaya, now disjointed from the rest of his team, and they've absolutely sandwiched them. Sweden losing 3 players in the process, make it 4, as it's just Sjoberg and Onkaya left alive.
They forgot about him. He's going off on Snake, and they finally thought about it. It's like, wait, wasn't there 1 player left? Where could he be that could completely fuck us? Oh wait, he's behind us, and we deal with him. We can just go and deal with the last.
Pushing in now. Let's see what they can get done. The Ubercharge going to be coming in forward and fast. What else can they get done? Onkaya in a bit of a sticky situation. Going to be brought down by Hem. Still Finland moving in now for the kill. Trying to go for the juggler right now as they're not really playing the point at all because there are still stickies. Finally the sticky's going to be deaded, but look at all these kills going in. It's all up to Ali. 1 man against the world. He switched off to the demo man role to try and make it happen, but it's going to be 1 round once again on the board for Finland, making it 3-1.
I wonder, Bren. I wonder if this will they'll actually keep this this roster. Oh no, they're switching it back. I was going to say it must be desperate times for desperate measures if you're starting changing classes halfway through there. I think we've only got a couple of seconds left in the game.
No.
10
minutes.
10 minutes. Huh. Oh, okay. It's just a little, I guess, round time, extended round, just to delay things. But either way, we're going straight into our what is that? Fifth mid.
Yeah. It's going to be the 5th mid fight now of map number 1, Granary, Finland versus Sweden. Look, a little bit slow on his rollout. Smear going to be setting up those stickies, get some decent damage onto Puskari, but look at this aggression by Ali, already moving into the fray, finds Settler. That's an early pick-off. Could be crucial now as they're trying to make their mark across this mid-fight. Sweden still putting in the damage. Finland feels like I think they have to back off here. They want to try and contest this. Puskari does find Ali. Can they get any more though? That's the question. Sweden still pressuring them forward, trying to cut them off, but Finland, I think they want to try and rotate around, and with that other kill onto Vanny, this could be beautiful for them. They've already found 2 more kills. This could be the repush coming out, and they're already getting this damage all the way onto Sjoberg. The attempt by Herpy as he does move in, but it's not going to be enough. Onkaya finally going to be forced to pop off the Ubercharge here to try and survive. Snap still doesn't have it. He gets brought down by Sjoberg. Unreal stuff, bringing down their medic. There's going to be no Ubercharge for this fight. Still leading it forward. Finland salvaging it. Oh my god, Puskari's actually going huge.
How are these frags even happening? Oh good god, there was an air shot inside the ramp room there, so they're just going to go with it, it seems. They're still trying to jump in. There's still a fight happening on this mid-fight here, Bren.
Sweden's still trying to contest this to the best of their abilities, but Settler's still there, as well as Ams. Herpy could try and put in some damage as well. He does have the backup. It's all up to AMS now, trying to make it on, but look at this. All of Sweden now just respawned, moving on to the midpoint anyway. They find the 2 kills. Finland now forced to back off, forced to retreat. You know, conserve any more losses and Wow, they're going to give up this cap to Sweden, but they really couldn't do anything with it. And now with, I mean, there's 5 seconds left for AMS and Stettler to try and respawn here.
Yeah,
Sweden going to be moving in.
Yeah, they're just quickly checking doors, making sure there's no crazy stickies that can catch out on Kaya, and they clean this left yard and side yard for free once again.
Yeah.
They are even a piece roughly on the Ubers. I mean, there is a slight little head over on Snape, but you know, they're just. I think it's just because he's been building a lot more compared to on Kaya and his team.
Yeah.
So I think both teams will respect it though. They won't push off these tiny little advantages, and it was nice to see actually the counter pop coming out from Onkaya there from that last little fight. I think once you're getting snapped back like that and you've got the Uber charges from the leftover mids, usually that means you're going to have a lot more heals pumped into your Uber charge, and you're going to get it built just a little bit quicker. So it's nice to see them play off that. But it would have worked out a bit better if they could just reel in some of their players ready to use that Uber, and a few of them were a bit disconnected from Onkaya.
Still 8 minutes remaining on this map, and with Sweden in red, they are currently with a 2-round disadvantage. They're trying to equalize it up a little bit. Vanny moving in from the upper area, trying to make their mark, trying to get this cap for free if they possibly can. Settler now, they're going to be popping off this Uber charge. Finland want to try and meet them head on here, but look at this, Sweden perfectly backing off. Then they bait out the Uber charge perfectly now, ready to reinitiate. Settler's going to be falling. Can they get any more? Snaps in a very sticky situation. He's going to be falling surely, trying to dodge and juke, but Sjoberg is too quick for him. Ali does find another one as well onto AMS in the back. And with that being said, Sweden, they're going to find their second point. These respawners coming up in about 10 seconds for Finland. This should be an easy round unless they cannot get this cap because of the sentry gun, but it's being spammed out now.
Well,
this cap can't get contested. The taunt on the point early on by Ali. He realizes he secured the round for his team, and that makes it 3-2. Now, still in the lead for Finland, but it is slowly but surely trying to get equalized out, and there's still a lot of time to make it happen, Turbo.
I mean, you have to think about what's going on in the minds of Finland at this point. If you're losing and slipping these rounds and the comeback is happening against you, you must be feeling nervous, and these nerves play into the way you play. You usually don't go for the balls to the walls, the strategies that you do. You've missed, you know, you just doubt yourself a little, and a doubting player is not a good player, Brian.
Indeed, indeed. Rolling out now into mid-fight number 6, I believe we're going to be seeing if Sweden can try and bring it back from the brink. Already, they do have 7 minutes to work with. So it will be interesting to see if they can secure this one round, at least bring it to an equalizer. Still, sticky spam coming out, getting some decent damage onto Finland right now. Going to see how they choose to initiate. AMS taking the charge now. Murray also moving in. Onkoya's going to be falling. Beautiful stuff. The projectiles, the rockets, and the pills coming out. Murray finds it now, but they're going to be trying to bring down Snape.
Oh, they got him. Well, that's just what happens if grass grows, sun shines, and when your medic dies, you go for the enemy medic.
Yeah.
So,
they
on
do
the bright side
kill.
though, Finland should know that, and they should all group round. They should almost act like body armor for Snape and just make sure that nobody can get on top of him.
Granary as a map, though, it can be quite hard.
Yeah,
I know it is.
You've got these huge, massive structures towering above you. You don't know where the soldier's coming from, and the soldier can kind of just almost play out the height advantage in of itself.
Well, it's going to be the cap slowly but surely for Sweden as they were pushed back onto their last point. They are going to be able to cap up the second. Finland still looking to potentially contest this. It's still actually going to be a crit scree being ran by Onkaya. Very interesting stuff. We'll see how it gets played out, or if it gets clocked onto by Finland.
I support this play. Usually, if it comes to like this point of the game where you're losing control, you need that randomosity to just kick this into a 5th gear and you know, really get the rounds rolling, whether or not you're losing the rounds or if you're winning the rounds. It's not.
Yeah, hiding around a corner. Look at this. He's going to be going for the play right now onto Onkaya. Not going to be able to get the jump onto him, but he does cause a bit of a distraction play. Look at this, Sweden being split into 2 now, and it's going to be the overcharge popped off by Finland as they want to lead it in. They've got the big wraparound of 2016 trying to get these kills. Smear forced to pop off this overcharge onto him. He gets 1 kill, but look at this cleanup by Finland. Absolutely massacring the Swedish squad. Can they get any more? Settler moving forward. I think he wants to sticky trap off their spawns now. Try and really nail it in home. Finland going to be securing up this second point. It's all up to Ali to try and make a distraction play, moving in, but it's not enough. Already the round on the board, 4-2 to Finland with 5 minutes remaining. Still doable for Sweden, but it's looking very, very hard.
Yeah, that's the sort of round that you really need to cushion your victory. It makes you feel a lot more confident in the game and gets rid of those nerves. So I feel like Finland really did need that to keep this game secured.
Well, still Sweden, they do have an opportunity to come back into this. 5 minutes on the board, can be ample time to get 2 rounds. At least try and equalize it out for these points. I believe it doesn't go to the golden cap, does it, in these group stage games, but still points to be played.
Yeah, so they are just playing it slow and steady so far. See if the Demo Man can lay out some damage onto just create these opportunities for these teams. But they're both just playing passively so far. Ali's are going for the huge wraparound. This is going to counteract the huge passive play coming out from Finland. And here's the wraparound. He's got a healthy amount of damage. He managed to stay alive as well. That's key for Ali to keep contributing to his team.
As well. He's just waiting for these heals, but he can't make any plays. He leaps in for the health pack, but it's going to be the crit streak popped off by Ankai. He gets it very early. They're going for Ankai. They do bring him down with the crit streak. The damage is already done. Murye and Ams, the only two survivors. Vanny going to be trying to take that fight with him. Ams so weak on about 0 HP, but he does finally fall. Smear getting that kill in the end, and it's going to be the cap for Sweden now. But still, I mean, it's never favourable. They're going for these crit streak plays because they realise time is of the essence.
I mean, you see the bright side of the crit screen. People attempted to shoot the medic because they want to get rid of the crit screen, but he also draws all that important fire. And once you've taken out all your ammo reserves onto Onkaya, you've got no ammo left to fire at the people with guns, Bren.
The troubling situation here now for Sweden is they've got to attempt an equal Uber push into a fully set up defense on last by Finland, and they're already, as I've been mentioning this entire game, they do have this 2-round disadvantage.
They're just going with it. They're they're knowing that the time is a bit of a pressure.
It's the smartest play to do. I can't fault them on it. The sentry gun going to be brought back by the rescue ranger, so Puskari eventually going to be off classing. Murye still on heavy, putting in work from across the map. Sweden still trying to find their footing if they potentially can. They do get a 1-for-1 trade as Sjoberg and Am's going to be falling. Hems just really pressuring them out, but look at this positioning by Sweden. You've got no choice but to back all the way off. Finland just really forcing them into this corner, and they are absolutely crushing them to pieces. Finland now in a very, very good position. They want to try and recap up the second. They're going for the big wraparound here. Sweden trying to make their move in. Onkaya popped off the Uber charge. It's a desperation play onto the last. The players have already rotated. Onkaya's going to be falling as he goes for the play. 3 minutes remaining. Sweden, I think they're going to be forced back into the yard area now. It's really trying times for them.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to hear that fat old lady warming up her voice, Brent. I don't think I could really find an avenue for Sweden to claw this back. But it was a very nice attempt, but the only issue with that last slow push that they made without the overcharge was the enemy had a heavy weapons guy. And if he's supported by a team, it's very difficult to just focus down that heavy weapons guy.
Backcap, Sjoberg going for the backcap. He takes the 1v1. Now he's up against Murye. Murye just on top of it. Does bring him down. It's a desperation play by Sweden to try and go for something, but at the same time, Snap in a very difficult situation. Herbie finds the kill, just coming in from the flank. Finland losing these players. Onkaya did 4, remember, as well, so it is still equal Uber charge, but with 2 rounds that Sweden need to get onto the board with only 2 minutes left. Smear, what was that with the pipes? Finds a 2k. Puskari and Hems. Is this still going to be clutchable? He's just really buying as much time for his team as possible. Is this still doable for Sweden?
I think it's less about if Sweden can do it, it's more about can Finland fluff it up. I mean, at this point, they're the only ones that can lose the game for themselves.
They're losing a lot of players. Now Sweden realise there is an opportunity to be made here if they are very quick on the ball. Players only just respawning, and Kaya wants to make the play with Sjoberg almost instantly. Finland clocked onto it. Not going to be letting that happen. They do bring him down almost instantly, but the rest of the Swedish squad now has just turned up, seeing what else they can do. The damage being played into them. Finland trying to get a wraparound, but not really amounting to much here. Still time running down, only 1 minute 30 on the clock. A lot of spam coming out for them. If they can't make this push, it might just be curtains for Sweden for this first game of the day. And look at that, Finland just really rolling in the kills. It's an entire kill feed of blue.
It's a horrible situation to be in, Brent, because at this point when you've got this mindset of, well, we have to do something, it's a lovely excuse for just making, well, frankly, just retarded plays.
Yeah.
At that point you're just like, well, why would you go in against 5 players? Because we have to do something. Why did you die and just use all your rockets trying to jump to the medic? Because we have to do something. It's just, it's a horrible place to be in.
Well, I think we are officially in, as
trash
they
time.
say, trash time. So at this point, really just playing for the logs.
I hope you brought the bring bins around the back, Brent. You know, collect that trash. 50 seconds. I don't know where I'm going with this joke.
Yeah, I don't know either, to be honest, but we'll roll with it. We've
got 40 seconds left of making as many bad jokes as possible. Let's go.
If I just stay silent, how much would that affect you?
It would make me incredibly uncomfortable.
Can we go to TurboTab's face and zoom in on it, please?
But no, please no. I've got blemishes. Well, they're showing off a bit of the player cams on the thing. Nice new technology. Well, not new, but again, some continued technology.
State-of-the-art technology from 1988.
Well, I mean, this is esports, okay? We're making leaps and bounds in our own way. So,
yeah.
But it's nice to see it coming back from summer. So, I mean, I was a little bit worried that it would be a bit like underpowered in terms of technology. But yeah, there's the final score, 4-2 to Finland. A bit of an upset, in my opinion, Bren.
Would you say?
Yeah.
Finland, I mean, I wouldn't put it past Finland to take maps off Sweden. They were obviously always going to be contesting Sweden for that top spot. So it's not too surprising for me, but yeah, I mean, it was funny as well because when they were reading out the maps, they literally, I was listening to Finland, like as soon as they said Granary was the map they were going to be playing, they were like, oh, like, and turning up like that, they do win it 4-2. So
no, I thought that was like the best map they could ever have. I was like, oh man, AMS is going to do so much work.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I mean, Sweden, they've got strong soldiers. Vanny was having a few plays of his own as well as Ali. So, I mean, it honestly could have gone either way, but it did feel like Sweden couldn't really capitalise off the last pushes in the same way that Finland could.
I feel like Postgame was a big effect to that.
Oh yeah, he went huge.
Because of his engineer play, his utility play, he was the one that was like the real like issue for them to deal with on these last points. So it was a very close. I mean, I only say because it was a bit of an upset because I just look at the rosters and go like, well, Sweden has a full roster of Prem players. And Finland has a few, like, a bit of unknown quantities.
Unknown quantities.
Unknown quantities, yes.
Nobody's going to understand that. Unless they watched last year, which most people probably
did. It's for them.
It's for the kids at home.
There. You've got to give the sort of little tip of the hat, so...
Where are you going with this one?
What? Tip of the hat.
Okay.
Get it? All right.
I'll allow it.
Okay. Anyway, production does tell me that we're going to have logs soon, but in the meantime, I don't want to know about the math so far. I want to know who your MVP was, Bren.
Bascari, for sure. The guy turned up. I'm scared now to play against Finland.
Yeah.
When I eventually get on the main stage as Norway, Norway's team captain.
Historically, at these LAN events, I'm not sure if you know, Bren, but soldiers usually get like powered up in these low ping scenarios because the rockets just come out immediately, straight away. Same with the demo men. So the scouts...
I'm going to pound, is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much scouts are used to just be online and be like throwing pasta at them, basically, and just going like, oh man, we can do whatever we want. I'm a scout, I just need to dodge your slow-ass rockets. But not at LAN, but Postgame is, you know, counter for that.
Postgame, man, he turned up. I said he was going to turn up beforehand, and I'm pretty sure somebody said, no, you're wrong. But he's been having standout performance online as well. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. But
yep.
Logs are going to be coming up any time now.
All the logs.
Give me the logs. Anytime. Give me the logs. Pop them up. Bang.
Seamless transition. Away. They only took the fourth attempt. All right, anything jumping out at you here, Bren?
Not particularly. Apart from the amount of off classes that everyone did. We got.
I'll tell you what's jumping out at me. It's the damage of AMS. What I called it. It's this. Presence of
the exact number. Did you call that?
Well, maybe not the exact number, but I knew that AMS, if he got his mid that he wanted, the soldier advantage, he's going to do a lot of work, and a lot of work he did. And
he slammed. Look at that KAD as well, 2.3.
Yeah. So I'm still not entirely. I think Murya was playing the roaming role, but in saying that, like Murya has less deaths as AMS, but I'd imagine AMS has more heals. So they just the double roamer strat.
It works out. I mean, Vanny was still running a shotgun as well. How much do you think that affected them in that sense?
It makes it's a bit difficult. It's a bit like one-dimensional. Like the idea is you get to use shotgun. It's good at really one particular scenario. Whilst if you have gunboats, you can get back to the fight quicker. You can act as your roamer on these mids. I was hoping that he hasn't used these gunboats on mids because maybe that explains why these mids are so
look at these
difficult.
frags as well. Like Finland just cleaning up in almost every situation, apart from on Finland's own last point where Smear was leading in net frags. But again, look at this. Like in the positive, especially on Sweden's own half. Yeah. Like they're just slamming them time and time again.
I'm not sure if you noticed, Brent, but these relative frags by zone, they're supposed to pop up a different colour based on how successful that team was. But you can't tell because Finland have all the squares.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I was Sweden and I was looking at these statistics, I would say, well, Granary last is not a strength of ours. We need to either fix that or we need to ban Granary in these best of threes coming up.
Absolutely. I mean, the teams can always go back and look at the replays and just try and improve off it from that. So, I mean, they can definitely see where they went wrong.
Work off my brilliant
analytical mind.
Okay, so we've got frag percentage by zone here. So these percentages you see here are, I say, roughly normal.
This is where the frags happened.
Most of the mids happened
You can really
obviously all the fights I meant to say would happen at the mid.
can
Usually
dictate
at the mid fights it goes around 30%, Brent, but we see there's an extra 15% thrown in there. It was constant back and forth, it feels like. But when it came down to it, Finland didn't even get a chance to. I mean, their last defenses were always like quick, clean push outs as soon as it defended.
That's what I was going to say about this, because like you can see with almost half of the frags occurring in this midpoint how like detrimental it is to like lose the mids. We didn't see it often. It was often very scrappy mid fights between both the teams, just trading kills back and forth, and like neither side really rolled it all the way to last with Uber advantage. Once or twice Finland did it, and that's where they got the majority of their rounds. But Sweden, I mean, they had a real trouble cracking into that last point with the defense setup. Like every time the heavy in the sentry gun was giving them so many issues. Here you can see the kills during the Uber charge as well is actually very equal on either side, apart from the kills post Uber for Finland. But
there was when they were taking those exchanges and trying to get those forced out, it is about getting those kills post Uber, because it's very rarely you're going to drop somebody during the Uber. So it's nice to see Finland just have that better deathmatch, it feels like.
Absolutely.
After, or at least position, or maybe even quick like decision making during these fights. One more, please, production. I would like more.
One more, next, please.
Sir, please. I would like more. Pick me anything.
I think we might. Have we exhausted it?
Like a.
We've exhausted it.
Yeah, we've
it's
exhausted
back to us.
Oh man, that is not what I wanted. Okay, so we've watched the game. We've done the introduction. We've done all this.
We've
done the logs. So that means we have to go to a break. I believe.
Continue to talk about the game just to avoid people being bored, I guess. If you really wanted to.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Or are you
if they
desperate
want
for the toilet?
I'm not desperate for the toilet. I mean, I guess we could just seamlessly transfer it over. I thought players might take a while to set up and whatnot.
Okay.
Production might just be like, yes, see, they want to play the video. That's what I was talking about.
The video!
The video! They want to see the video.
We've got a video to play as well. It's good stuff. Good stuff. So, I mean, yeah, we'll get back to you pretty shortly, I believe.
But don't go anywhere. It's going to be next. It's going to be Sweden versus Denmark. But in the meantime,
back game.
Enjoy this video.
Competitive TF2 can be confusing at times, but do not worry, here's a quick primer on the fundamental concepts. At its core, competitive TF2 can be explained into three main concepts, these being mobility, advantages, and objectives. To attain victory, teams must optimize their mobility to complement the advantages they have in order to effectively complete the objective. So what are the objectives? The main game mode played in competitive TF2 is 5CP, which, as the name suggests, is a game mode consisting of 5 objectives called control points. However, control point is quite a mouthful, so commonly we refer to the middle of the 5 points as the mid, the first and fifth as the last, and the point in between the mid and each last is of course called the second. At the start of each round, both teams fight for the midpoint, which begins neutral, while the rest of the points remain locked. Points are captured when one or more players stand inside a points capture area. The cap goes faster with each player standing on the point, with diminishing returns as more and more players cap simultaneously. Capturing a point also changes the spawn location and timing for each team. Now these vary from map to map, but as a general rule, the more points you have capped, the closer and faster you will spawn to the opposing team's last point. Once the middle control point is captured, the next one in line is unlocked. When a team manages to capture all 5 control points, they will win the round, and thus a new round begins. However, TF2 is a game of tug of war, and points can trade hands constantly before a round finally resolves itself. Now that we know what the objectives are, what are the advantages? Now, there are lots of subtle advantages that teams can capitalize off at the highest level of TF2, but the two most relevant and apparent advantages are going to be the Ubercharge advantage and the player advantage. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, what the heck is an Ubercharge anyway? Well, I'm here to tell you that. Uber advantages are centered around the medic, of which there is one on each team. Now, using his secondary weapon, the Medigun, to heal his teammates, the medic simultaneously builds up an Uber charge. Now, once this charge is filled to 100%, it can be deployed at any time, making the medic and his chosen heal targets invulnerable for at most 8 seconds. Medics can actually share the Uber with multiple targets, at the expense of the charge's duration, which is a concept that we call flashing. Each flash cuts the remaining Uber time in half, making it a costly decision whether or not to share the Uber. Since both teams build their Ubers independently, it is crucial for them to keep track of the status of the opposing medic's charge, always vying for a situation where they can unleash their Uber on an Uberless enemy. Now, Ubers, they can be used in many ways, and it is always up to the teams to figure out the best way to use their Uber, whether it to be used to be pushed into a point or force a fight with the opposing team. The Uber advantage is therefore whenever your team has 100% Uber and your opponent's medic does not. The other advantage we spoke of, the player advantage, is simply a comparison between how many players are still alive on your team compared to the opposing team. Now, possessing more firepower and map control means that your team is more likely to win team fights and maintain control of the territory that you have accrued. However, many situations in TF2 allow the disadvantaged team to be creative and mitigate their situation with clever positioning, off-classing, or even big plays. Any fight in TF2 is winnable, with a healthy mix of good teamwork, split-second decision making, and of course, raw talent. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, where does mobility come into this? TF2 does offer a range of playstyles and abilities distributed all across the 9 classes. However, not all classes were created equally, and they are divided between being a generalist or a specialist. The most division between the classes means that there are some versatile enough to be impactful in most situations, while others are only effective in certain cases. Since the game revolves around capitalizing on advantages to complete objectives, it rewards teams ready to act quickly and efficiently, and thus teams use the generalists, since it will grant them the most speed and versatility. Subsequently, the standard competitive TF2 team composition is therefore 2 scouts, 2 soldiers, a single demoman, and a single medic. For the specialists, they still have their place in the game because they outperform the generalists in certain situations, and thus it is crucial to know when to off-class, as in to switch classes that you maximize your effectiveness. With all that being said, we do hope that you enjoy competitive TF2 as much as us.